From a small Italian village to Carnegie Hall, the making of a maestro. Clinging to the sun-parched hills of southern Italy's Campania region, about 60 miles northeast of Naples, lies a small agricultural village where the manual stretching of a local cheese is an age-old tradition.
It's old, the streets are rough, it's imperfect, and it's what we are.
What puts this obscure village on the map, though, is not a maestro of mozzarella, but a favorite son who uses his hands to make music. Antonio Pappano does double duty as the music director of the Royal Opera House in London and Rome's Santa Cecilia Symphony Orchestra. Pappano has conducted some of the world's leading musicians in ornate spaces. But just one modest location in late summer tugs at his heart like the taut strings of a violin.
If you are the son of immigrants, to know where your roots really are, that's been very important for me. This whole experience is about that.
His parents emigrated from Italy to England. Antonio was born just outside London in 1959, where he took up the piano at 6 years old. Although he is the director of 2 international orchestras, he got his start in America as a teenager, when his parents uprooted themselves yet again, leaving England for Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is where his opera singer father established a voice studio, providing his talented son with private training on the piano.
The courage to make these moves, which are cataclysmic in a family's life, have made me unafraid to just go where I need to go.
He left Connecticut when the New York City Opera gave him his first big break as a rehearsal accompanist.
It meant leaving my father and that family business of teaching and accompanying singers, and a very difficult moment.
A moment that eventually led to a musical metamorphosis from pianist to a conductor who claims a global pedigree.
People ask me, are you American, are you Italian, are you English? I'm all of that. I have actually 3 passports. I live in the opera house.
Because of his significant achievements in the music world, Pappano has been knighted.
Music has become my life, but it has a lot to do with also this work ethic, this immigrant work ethic that my parents embody and define for me. And that immigrant thing is obviously very strong in America, and it's a very strong part of me personally. It's been something that's followed me my whole life, and I'm sure you. I mean, your ancestors come from this town.
This town is Castelfranco in Miscano, province of Benevento, where he conducts an annual tribute in memory of his father, Pasquale. Sir Antonio Pappano is regarded much like the revered saints who are paraded around the ancient streets during Ferragosto, the summer festival that brings people, including Pappano, back to honor their origins. The annual visit by the maestro livens things up in a town that otherwise moves like a composition in adagio tempo.
We're here in a couple of days where there's a music festival and everything seems alive, but actually most of the year it's quite dead and quite still and quite sad.
Antonio dedicated the first concert to his dad, who was visiting Castelfranco in 2004, quite ill with diabetes.
2 days later, my father died here in the town in which he was born. And so that concert in his honor became in his memory. I decided that I needed to do this concert every year. The concerts that I did in the beginning of all this in the church, San Giovanni, that to me had a tremendous resonance because my parents were baptized in that church, they were confirmed in that church, I was like I was in a historic place for the family.
What started as an intimate church recital is now an overture to something more monumental.
And it's a bigger event. And I think that's what this place needs. It needs an event.
Da Sir Antonio Pappano.
Supported by the ancient bedrock of a tiny piazza, Pappano conducts a youth orchestra from nearby Benevento, comprised mostly of conservatory students and graduates.
What they don't have in experience, they make up in sort of energy, especially when the music is really loud.
The concert more than doubles the town's population of 800 and pumps up the pizza output at Bar Capricci from 25 pies on an ordinary night to 300 when Pappano performs.
He's got great talent, but he's also a great person. And I like the way he just moves. He seems to have the music inside him.
Well, I'm an Italian boy, yeah. I mean, you talk with the hands, of course. I mean, and the conductor to boot, you know.
I love it. Pappano is a mentor, honoring his father's legacy with a commitment to inspire excellence in a new generation.
For him to have seen me on this stage with an orchestra of young people, this would have really moved him.
He is very kind and very professional. Even if he made some errors, some mistakes, he didn't get angry or whatever. He is a very fine man.
I don't have children. I have a lovely, lovely wife, but I have my musical families.
Recently, Pappano flew overseas with his Rome family, his Santa Cecilia Orchestra, to a very special engagement in New York City.
I think I've done a lot in music, but Carnegie Hall is the address, let's face it. To come to New York and make a debut at Carnegie Hall it's hardly believable, to tell you the truth.
Pappano proves that it does indeed take practice to get to Carnegie Hall.
There's no replacement for time and for experience. You just have to pay your dues and try and get better every concert that you do. I'm very proud. I'm proud of my orchestra. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my family.
No matter where in the world this global music figure performs, he can rely on his Castelfranco roots to ground him, where he can be just another paesano, just plain Tony.
Several things come together here. My very strong feeling for this town, how my parents experienced it and their memories and their stories. It's my way of giving something back to this region.